We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY having volatility and fighting to hold support above 410, fighting back up towards 412 here to end the day. But the SPY was not the only stock experiencing volatility. In the overall market, individual stocks did as well. And our Tesla bot sent out a bull indicator at 10:15 a.m. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside. Full strength there on 42 Vision. And call options went up 100% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY trying to push back up in the second half of the day. We need to talk about the inflow versus outflow and the bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was MGRX. We caught this one early on in the pre-market, sitting sideways, got those inflows over the midpoint to the upside, as well as with a bull indicator and full strength on 42 Vision into the bell and after the bell, and it reached a highest point of 100% plus within minutes, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area to the rip area yesterday and back down towards red bars, and it's trying to transition back up so far to the furthest point of dark green bars, and the next piece missing would be bright green bars if this strength continued, right? So if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 Vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bull indicator and inflows crossing back over here on the 30-minute after getting a bear indicator yesterday in the second half of the day around 412 area. And that's where the resistance was all day today, right? Every single time it reached 412.50, which is pretty close to where the bear indicator popped up yesterday. To be exact, 412.45, it continued to actually reject and pull right back down. Both times it tried to approach it towards the bell was the first time, and in the second half of the day as well, right? When that bull indicator popped up. Now, within this volatility though, the inflows have crossed back over, and there's a bull indicator here under the 30-minute chart. Now, when we zoom in and look at this from the 15-minute, it's critical to keep in mind that there was a lot of volatility and chop, and there's a bull indicator here as well, and the inflows crossed over before that bull indicator around the middle of the day in this consolidation here between 411 and 412 area. Then it broke out, hit the 412.60s area, got a bull indicator here, and it's fighting here in the after hours to hold that support and see if it can bounce up higher. And the inflows are fighting here as well on the 15 minutes. Going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to stay above going into Monday here within the volatility on the 15 minute, and for that strength to continue to reflect into the 30 minute here as it's back above after being below the midpoint for most of the day and outflows crossing to the downside yesterday, and now it's back above at 0.4385 of inflows. Now, based off the history of the chart, the most recent highs were up here at 0.75. Yesterday it was 1.5, and then also here on Wednesday when it hit highs here at 415, it was up towards 2.18. So based off the history of the chart, there's room to go higher. It's not guaranteed to, but it is something to not overlook and miss here as it's trying to fight and find support here around the 410 area. And could this be a double bottom effect before taking off any higher? We'll have to see going into Monday, but it is something to not ignore that the inflows are fighting here, and the bulls have now tried to push themselves back up, not allowing it to break through 410 and pushing towards 412 again, back under bull indicators and inflows dominating. But when we zoom out and look at this from the bigger picture on the 1 hour chart, we could see here the same thing, right? Just no bull indicator just yet. It is still under a bear indicator from 413.37 to be exact. The outflows have been fighting here to pull downwards, but the inflows keep reappearing, as you could see here yesterday and today. Yes, the outflows crossed in the second half of the day yesterday, and we opened up with outflows of negative 1.25, but today it's pushed back up. It crossed through the midpoint, as I suggested and talked about in yesterday's video, that once that happened, the bulls would have a chance to fight back and pull it back up. And here it is, back above 410, away from it, towards the 412, and hit highs here of 412.68. Now, these inflows need to continue again, very strong here on the 1 hour to push up higher. And based off the history of the chart on the inflow versus outflow, you could see the inflows were higher in the previous days. Not guaranteed to reach those levels, but something to watch. And it could possibly start this staircase effect here if the bulls can continue to fight higher. But they need to get a bull indicator in the process, continue these transitions towards dark green bars and bright green bars on 42 vision, and cancel out this bear indicator in the process as these inflows continue above the midpoint and push up to the upside, right? Now, the bulls are putting up a fight here on multiple time frames, and when you zoom out even further and look at this from the 4 hour, you could see that the inflows have been fighting to stay above, and it's been under a bull indicator here on the SPY since way back here at 397.34, and within the volatility, it has gone back up above the midpoint. There was a mid crossover here on Wednesday when things dropped from 414 down towards 411. But within this divergence to the downside from way up here at 415 to 410 area, inflows continue above the midpoint on the larger time frames. And now that it's trying to bring itself back up, if these inflows could push up higher with the lower time frames, it could start to reflect that possible strength into the charts. And that's something to not ignore because no bear indicator has popped up just yet. And this bull indicator is still in effect since way back here on March 29th at around the 397 area. Now, let's go back and zoom in, and I'm going to share with you guys the key levels I would watch going into Monday. So the first thing is here on the 30-minute, the support, guys. We've talked about it. That's been the support all week. On Monday, on Friday, it's been 410, guys. That is the area that is crucial and critical, and we want to see these inflows stay above, because if they cross to the downside and it heads towards 410, critical support levels will be tested, and below 410 then comes the 408 area and 405. Now, to the upside, as we have bull indicators on multiple time frames, even as far up towards the 4 hour, and the inflows are above here on the 30-minute, on the 1 hour, and even on the 4 hour, the first resistance to the upside is going to be the 412 area, but more specifically 412.50. There's been a lot of rejection here in the last several days, and it's also been an area of support as we see it here in the charts, right? Right around that 412.50 area. Once that gets crossed, the next resistance above that is going to be the 415 area. That is crucial and critical. It's a pretty big gap there, but that is the next area of true rejection up here that we saw when things try to hit new highs way back here on Tuesday and even Friday of last week. So that is something to keep in mind. And if that 415 area can get broken through with strength and these inflows pick up to the upside, but not just here on the 30-minute, but also here on the 15-minute, and this bull indicator continues strong and the staircase effect starts to form, well, then above 415 comes the 418 area and then 420, right? That is going to be a critical and crucial level. Both of those based off the history of the chart as we've broken down in previous videos. But those are the key levels I will be watching to the upside and to the downside. And I'm going to be watching these bull and bear indicators, as bull indicators right now are on multiple time frames, as well as the inflow versus outflow, as some of these are really close to the midpoint here and above it. And it's going to be crucial for the bulls to continue to push up higher. And if the bears reappear and try to pull it downwards, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into the chart, and I would not ignore that. So that's going to be critical and crucial going into next week. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.